Today we will talk about how I manage my home in a simple, easy, non-stressful way while I'm homeschooling. I will show you how I keep on top of my home chores, and this is all because of having a strong home management planning system, which I will share with you in this video. This system truly changed everything for me, and it took the thinking out of what I had to do every day to take care of my home, my family, and myself. Let's get into it and I'll show you how I do it. Hi friend, my name is Iman and I help Muslim moms homeschool with confidence and joy while having simple routines and systems to manage their home without stress and doing it all without sacrificing your own self-care. Since I started homeschooling 3 years ago, I really struggled with how I'm gonna keep up with managing my home with homeschool. So at that time, I was homeschooling a preschooler. And even though we weren't doing actual schoolwork, we were still getting on the floor, reading lots of books, playing. I also had a little 1-year-old around playing, and the house was getting a mess, and I just kept falling behind on cleanup time, meal planning, and when I was gonna take care of myself. I used to push all my cleaning and just do it on the weekends, which was Saturday and Sunday. And that was not sustainable at all because it was just a lot of cleaning that I put on those 2 days. So I realized I needed a better system where I do a little bit of cleaning throughout the week. And that's when I sat down and I brainstormed all my problem areas. So I was struggling with when to homeschool, when to stop homeschooling, meal planning, cleaning, having my own me time to relax, and also having 1 day a week to reset and prepare for the next week. And so finally, the solution I found to all my problem areas was doing weekly and daily planning every week in a planner. So in this video, I will explain and show you how I plan in my home planner and show you the solution that I came up with in all those problem areas that I was facing. Reflecting and sitting down, I realized I had a big time management problem. And so once I figured this out, everything else slowly started to fall into place with planning my week and my day for my home. And so for me, in my homeschool and my home, I use a time blocking system that I call Barakah time blocking. And this is a specific time blocking system that I created for Muslim moms, and it prioritizes your prayers first in your day, and then all your other tasks surround that. So if you're interested in learning more about Barakah time blocking, make sure you check out this video here. And if you want to create Barakah time blocking for your own home and your own homeschool, I have a free template that you can use that I'm going to link down in the description box that you can grab. So I use 4 strategies to help me plan every week and every day. And these strategies are solutions that I've created for those problem areas that I was having. And so the 4 strategies that I use to plan is time blocking, my essential needs buckets, Google Calendar, and my to-do list. So I will explain each of these strategies and what they are and how I use it, and then I will show you exactly in my planner on how I plan out my daily and my weekly. So number 1 is time blocking. I use a method of time blocking called Barakah time blocking. There's a lot to know about this, and I'm not gonna go much into it in this video, but if you wanna learn more about it, make sure you check out this video here, which I'll link down in the description below. So Barakah time blocking consists of 5 time blocks that you use, and only 5 time blocks. And everything you do in your day is gonna be in one of those 5 time blocks. The other thing about Barakah time blocking is once you put in your 5 time blocks, then you put in all your prayer times every day when you're planning, you're doing your daily planner, and then you put your tasks around your prayer. Barakah time blocking prioritizes your prayer first before any other task that you have to do. And that's where the Barakah comes in with time management. The second strategy I use is essential needs bucket. And this is something that I created because I realized I was not caring for myself. So important to take care of yourself, to strengthen yourself, to just have time to reinvest in yourself. And so with my essential needs bucket, I make sure I put down my 3 essential needs in the 3 buckets, and I make sure I plan that in my planner. Every week in a weekly view or every day I'm planning, putting my essential needs first. Planning this way, when I'm planning for my whole week and planning for my daily planning every day, I always put my essential needs first before I start planning for my homeschool and my home, because my needs as a mom, as a wife, as someone that cares for so many other people, I have to put my needs first and invest in myself physically, mentally, and religiously, and keep myself strong so I can be the best mom, best wife, best educator. because as homeschool moms, so easy to forget yourself and to put yourself last with all the stuff that we have to do every day in our homeschool and our home. So when you commit to doing your essential needs buckets every week and every day in your planner, you put your needs first and you just start feeling better because you're actually taking care of yourself first. So how essential needs bucket works is there are 3 essential needs buckets that you are going to fill. The first is mental, the second is physical, the third is religious. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose only one habit that you're going to put in each bucket that you are going to work on for that week or for that day, depending on how often you want to do that habit. But the most critical thing is you're choosing one habit that you're going to put in each bucket. And so this habit has to be something that you have been struggling with, that you want to do to physically make yourself strong, or something that you want to do to mentally make yourself strong, or something that you've always wanted to fill your cup religiously and your soul. So choose one habit. For example, your physical habit can be walking every day in the morning before your kids wake up. Your mental habit can be reading every night before bed for 20 minutes. And your third bucket, the religious habit, can be reading Quran every day. So you just have one habit in each bucket. And it has to be a habit that you know you need and you know you're lacking in your life. And you know once you instill this habit, it'll make you stronger as a Muslim mom, as a Muslim wife, and to be a better homeschool mom to your kids. Once you have your 3 habits, you put them in the right bucket and then you plan it for the week or for the day, how often you're doing those habits. So the third strategy that I use to plan weekly and daily is my Google Calendar. So in my Google Calendar, I have all my cleaning tasks when I'm cleaning, which is my cleaning blocks, when I'm doing my meal prepping, my Sunday reset, all my appointments time, all my classes, everything that's very important to manage my life, homeschool and home and my life, is in my Google Calendar. And so I use my Google Calendar to plan in my home planner. And so if you want to see exactly how I use my Google Calendar, which is my lifeline, make sure you check out this video, which I just created, to see how I use my calendar. And so with all that information that I put in my Google Calendar, I refer back to it every day and every week to plan for the day and to plan for the week. And the fourth strategy I use is a to-do list. This is an ongoing to-do list that I have in the back of my planner. And so your to-do list is your brain dump of everything that you have to do in your home. The things you have to buy for your homeschool, the things you have to buy for your home, everything that's in your head that you know you have to do, I put in my ongoing to-do list. And my to-do list I have separated from home and homeschool. So I just have a to-do list for my home and a to-do list for my homeschool. And the key is with the to-do list is every week when I'm planning, I take one item from my to-do list that I want to accomplish that day or that week, and I try to accomplish it. And that's how I get stuff done in my to-do list. But anytime I think about something that I have to do in my home and my homeschool, I stick it in my to-do list so I get it out of my head. Okay, so now that you know the 4 strategies that I use to plan every week and every day in my home planner, I want to talk about the planner that I actually use and what planner I recommend using. So I got this planner from a fellow Muslim sister that actually also homeschools, and I found her on Instagram. I started following her and I realized she makes planners. So I actually bought like 4 of them from her and I have loved them. And so right now, from the moment I'm recording this video, she's not making any more of them, but she told me that she might likely go back to making it if there is a lot of need for it. But I love supporting fellow Muslim businesses, and her planner is called Seeking Jannah One Day at a Time. And I have truly fell in love with it. I hope she continues to make it. And I actually got this little pen holder from Amazon, and it really changed everything for me because I kept losing my pens when I'm planning. So I just put all my markers, my highlighter, and my pens in there and keeps everything organized, so when I'm ready to plan, I can just grab everything. So this is how it looks in her planner. It is a vertical layout. She has a week's focus, vertical layout, and she has a hadith or a Quran reminder on there. So I would recommend, if you want to get a planner from your nearest store, make sure you get a planner that has a vertical layout. And this is exactly what I teach with using time blocks. Now we're going to get into my planner, and I will show you exactly how I plan every day and every week in my home planning management system. Okay, so now we are in my home planner, and I'll show you exactly how I use those 4 strategies on planning every week and every day in my planner. So first, I always start off my weekly planning. So I always start every Sunday. Every Sunday I have a Sunday reset day, which I reset my planner and I plan for the week coming up. So I first start off making my 5 time blocks throughout the whole week. So every day I have 5 time blocks that I use, which I call the Barakat time blocking system, which prioritizes my prayer. So that's the first thing I do when I plan for the week, and then I label my time blocks and what times it starts. The second thing I do is when I'm planning for the week is I put my essential need buckets in. Okay, so this is how it looks like when I put my essential needs bucket in. So I put that in and I figure out which habit I'm gonna work on that's mentally gonna strengthen me, and what habit is gonna help me physically, and what habit is gonna help me religiously to rejuvenate me and strengthen me and keep me healthy so I can homeschool my kids and take care of my home and be a strong mom as I can be. So these are the 3 habits that I realize that I really want to work on mentally, physically, and religiously. And so the other thing I'm gonna plan for my weekly planning is my meals. So I just make meals column for every day of the week, just so it's ready when I'm doing my daily planning. Okay, so let's go into daily planning. And so I'm planning for Monday. For example, it's Sunday night and I'm planning for Monday. So the first thing I start off is doing my prayer times. So I always put my prayer times in a different color. That's the first thing I put in when I'm doing my daily planning. The second thing I put in is my daily essential needs bucket. So I put it in exactly when I'm going to do my Quran, when I'm going to do my reading, when I'm going to do my walking, which I decide I'm going to do the next day. And I recommend highlighting in the same color that you highlight down here, just so it sticks out. So once you put in your prayers for the day that you're planning, and then you put your essential needs down as well and you highlight it, then we are gonna put all the other tasks that we have to do for that day based on our Google Calendar. We're gonna refer to our Google Calendar, and then we're gonna write down the tasks that's on our Google Calendar. So when we are gonna do homeschooling, and is there any other tasks that we have to do or any other activities that we have. So we have swimming that day, and I also have to call the bank that day. So that's based on my Google Calendar. I don't have to think about it. It's already in my Google Calendar. The other thing that I'm gonna put in is the meals that I'm gonna have for that day. So based on my meal rotation system, which if you want to create for yourself, I have a free template that you can create this whole system for yourself down in the description. But I already know what meals I'm going to make, and I write that down every day the night before. And then the last thing that I'm going to write in is my to-do list. Okay, so in the back of your planner, I recommend creating an ongoing to-do list. These are things that are just in your mind that you have to get out. So you need to brain dump all the stuff that you have to do for your home or your homeschool on this to-do list. Everything that you have to do, big and small. And so the way you get through a to-do list is you're gonna grab each item and you're gonna try to work on it every day or every week, and you're gonna put it in your planner. So I put one of my tasks that I have to do for my to-do list in here. So I recommend working through a to-do list by grabbing one item that you can do every day or even like once a week that you can accomplish and just check off. But I recommend having an ongoing to-do list. I hope that has helped.